Thank you. Thank you for that presentation, Mr. Mario, Mr. McGee. Very interesting. Okay, if there are no further questions, we'll move on to update on department social media, website, and image campaign.
Yeah, so just real quick, Mr. Chairman, y'all probably seen this. I've tried to tag you guys and send you information. So you're gonna probably start, hopefully, hearing more and more of the traffic department.
Good.
And so, and good or bad, we're exposing ourselves, which is good and bad, right? So we'll take the positive with the negative. And so with our website that we had completed and produced, hopefully you've been on there, and essentially you go to the cityoflaredo.com/traffic, or just go to the city's website and go to the traffic department. And so on here, you've got our contact information. Here, you guys, that's Mr. Canales here, I think. No. But it's got information. You go to traffic safety, it's got our contacts. Oops. It's got contacts, what we do, our different divisions, our operations division, who manages those divisions, our emails, parking, taxi cab division, the location of where you go pay, how much you charge, where our parking lots are at. Make an online payment for your traffic ticket, in case you need to pay us. Please pay us. And
You can do it online then?
of course,
Why
yeah.
can't the water department do that?
No, they do
That's
it.
another question.
No, they do it. But also too, we're starting to populate this library of sorts with maps and studies, even PSAs, ordinances are relevant. Stuff that we use on a daily basis, we reference, we use our own website now to pull up, the comprehensive plan, your subdivision ordinance if you wanted. Remember I had mentioned the speed hump policy. Speed hump policy's there. If you'd like to know where our signal inventory is, you just click on the signal inventory button and it comes up and it shows you all 254 locations of all our signals.
That's cool.
Right.
That's cool. Yeah.
And so we piggyback, we share information that we believe is valuable, including some of TxDOT's information. We think they have a lot of good, valuable information with cameras and projects. But so we'll be adding more and more to this. Right now we're going through, or barely beginning the inception of the synchronization project. You can download a snapshot of what the project does, what signals, what locations are going to be studied. First on the top of the list, as you notice, Mines Road. So we start with Mines Road and we go from there. We have $600,000 of CBI dollars grant funded to be able to do this. So we're going to try to make things better with the current conditions we have out there. And a contact page obviously as well. So you come out here, and if you also want to send us a message, type in your name, make sure you're not a Russian or a robot. We take comments from Russians too, don't worry. And put a message and send it to us, and I'll receive that email and answer back. So anything good, bad, ugly, we'll take it all. You got a comment, we'll take it. Facebook, we started a Facebook page as well. Here we're trying to post relevant information about the happenings within our city having to do with traffic. And believe it or not, we've got quite a few followers to a traffic Facebook page, which I still can't believe. We have some followers in this room, so I don't mean to disparage you. Thank you for following us. But we got about 560 followers at this time, right? So you just go to and find us by going City of Laredo Traffic Safety. You find us. But so like we just opened up the Bartlett Fenwick intersection, and so we provide that information. There's a lot of cool matrix that Facebook captures, as the Senate and Congress now knows. But I'll show you the kind of people we reach, right? So I posted that about the bridge crossing or the opening. Thank you, Mr. Butler. Here's that post that I made, and I did that last week, and we've reached over 10,000 people organically. I bought no ad for that, and just organically 10,000 people have been reached on this. And now it's trickling to where now what a couple hundred people would view, now easily it's a couple thousand. I even got into Flashback Friday pictures of old Laredo. A couple thousand people just read that. Kind of mix it up a little. But so we post in Spanish as well, right? So we have Spanish postings too. But if we were to go in here and start looking at some, I'm not going to bore you in great detail with this, but I just think it's pretty amazing what it actually captures. So when you start looking at the reach of the people that you're talking to, it actually starts to segment your populations into gender, age groups, locations, and we're lagging. There we go. So as you see here, and let me go with one, and I apologize, don't mean to bore you here. But if you were to go by, say, March 1st, the way we, the people who come and communicate with us or view our page as well, let's see here. So we're supposed to get, and I need 7 days worth or 28. Okay, there we go. Excuse me. So once this works, you have who's clicking through and who's viewing your pages. They actually, and whoever in here uses Facebook, there's messaging. So we get messaging or messages sent to us. Thank you. But we get comments being made to us, and a lot of these comments too are going to be not just on likes or dislikes. It's going to be a lot of, hey, this sign is down, or traffic light doesn't work, and so we're able to respond and answer people who make comments to us. So that's another way to communicate.
Very cool.
So we'll keep on this now with Erica's help. Hopefully she'll jump in here and start to help out with posting. But just this week, it's only been a couple days. You know, we're hitting almost 14,000 people.
Well, you just got one like and
You're the man.
follow.
You're the man. Thank you very much, and tell your friends.
How updated are your maps?
Depends on the map you're asking.
Just, when you're looking for, those new developments that have,
Depends on, right?
For example, will be United Ninth Grade, you changed it to
Right.
to Hook'em Horns now.
Right.
Has it been updated to Hook'em Horns, or is it still, because I think in the map on Google, it doesn't even show you even hitting,
Right.
where's the Hillcroft?
Yeah, no, Google Maps takes a while to catch up, and they'll go and do that. What we'll have are the ones that have been published, like the subdivision map. It'll give you a list of subdivisions, but you'll have to go individually to when they were produced, each one. But we'll be getting the latest and greatest whenever we have have that available. If you have anything you should, we should be, showing, on our site that you think is of value for the public, please let us know. I even put here a pretty cool video of how to use a roundabout.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
Yes.
so,
Because
it actually
there
came
are some people
from,
that have no
from
clue.
El Paso Tech Stock division. They did a how to use a roundabout video because people were asking us, and I wasn't too sure myself until I watched the video. But we'll continue on that. Like I said, more and more information is valuable. More ways to communicate with us is valuable, so we'll keep on that.
Very nice, Mr. Hughes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Update on the north-south corridor street outside Loop 20 between Highway 359 and Highway 59.
Mr. Chair, with us again, Dan McGee. He's got a solution in his pocket for you. It's on a napkin. It's on a napkin.
I got more advantage than anything else.
You want
That
to
was, I think, a discussion we had a long time ago. when we
Right, a
first
few
meeting.
months ago.
We really don't have anything identified for that happening. I mean, to me, probably the easiest solution, the fastest would be development happening for that area. But I know you got the problem of trying to go over the railroad crossing.
Mhm.
So, but from Texas' point of view, we're only working on the outer loop. So between Loop 20 right now and the outer loop, there's nothing else planned for that area. I still have my concerns. I think if you remember that first conversation we had, that we have all that area funneling down into one location. So Eddie Gotcha's working on one little solution to get traffic from this area here. They want to do connection with Los Presidentes, so that's gonna help a little bit, but we need more thinking like that. I think he's really being proactive with that. He's working with the water district or something, or the irrigation district.
Yeah, he's part of the Cook County Irrigation District Board, whatever that is, but he's part of that.
So I guess there really is no update because we don't have anything scheduled for that, but I think it's something that needs to be looked into.
Yeah.
So, just Chair, real quickly, communicated that to the third floor at City Hall. They understand that it's a long-term plan, perhaps maybe through the MPO. But what'll happen is it'll get shifted back over to TxDOT and I'm not too sure where that'll, well, it'll be a joint, item probably when it comes, if it does to the MPO side, if that's something that they would wanna take up.
Okay, thank you. Any communication from your office other than what has been communicated? No? And discussion and possible action of the following: traffic signal at Pinnacle Road and FM, which we've already discussed. At this point, I see no need for action. And discussion and possible recommendations on the following: consideration designation of the 3700 block of Texas to a one-way street or no parking on one or both sides of the street.
Well, no, it's I already got pictures.
Oh, you already know?
It's
And
on
that
the-
is a request
On the
by
same one?
Councilman Flores.
It's the same, on the engineering folder, basically,
Go ahead. I don't know where you got it.
so on the R4 presentation, Robert, I believe it's in there, just quickly, put some pictures in there. Chairman, this is a request that we have, I believe it came from the councilman member.
Councilman Torres, the Honorable
And-
Alberto Torres.
Yes, it's under the PowerPoint presentation. And this area, we all go, this is in front of the Safari Restaurant, that block is the 3700 block, Texas. It's a very narrow street, it's approximately 20 feet, you can barely fit 2 cars in there. Right now, for traffic safety there? There, that one, right there. Several years ago, and I just don't remember when, there was a request to install no parking signs in the area. I'm gonna show you what we've done since it's not the first time it comes through us. So basically, this is the area, this is the Safari Restaurant right here. And you got the, Travis here, Milmo, this is on to the HEB and postal service, okay? So this is the block in question, it's a very narrow street, and the request, I believe, is to look at two options, either no parking or one way. Can you go next one, please? This is a picture, this is actually today, cause I keep going in the morning and there was no problem, but it really becomes an issue more, I guess, in the afternoon, maybe in the morning, but this is the
Let's
street
strike that
itself.
in the morning also.
Yeah, and this here, basically, we already have no parking, you can see on the left side, we did this, we have to go through an ordinance, we have no parking on this side. So, but we managed to keep on one step, and I think we're getting more problems, people trying to get back this way. I don't recommend a one-way, I don't like to have a one-way in the residential area and in this type of area, cause then you create problems for the next intersection and people start getting confused where the one-ways are. I'd rather just proceed with putting a no parking now. Can you go to the next picture here? This is the same, further down the road, you still have the cars, next one, and you see, this is the street here.
So that's a no parking sign.
Yeah,
right
we already
there
have
to
no
the
parking on this side, the request is to look at putting no parking on both sides. Really, the only people that use it is those 3 or 4 vehicles that are probably at the restaurant or here, they have parking, And can you go to the next picture, right here, this is further, I guess, east,
Across the street.
further south, across the street. Sometimes you'll see a car, here it's not an issue, cause you don't have really anything fronting, other than that apartment and nothing on this side. I don't know why I don't use this more, this is a lot wider street where you can actually park. But it's not a problem here, they park here, they do have room to park here. Basically, we put a no parking, they'll probably be parking this here, it's the same distance, I guess, just across the street. Now, can you go to the next picture, please? This is the other side, this is Safari here. This street here, Travis, we already, again, I don't remember when we put no parking here, because all this, we're getting complaints from the apartment, couldn't see cars parked, so we ended up putting no parking on this side, a little bit wider street. So this is partly legal, it shouldn't be there, okay? So basically, you still allow for two lanes of traffic going both directions, even cars parked over here. So this is already a no parking. So go in the next picture, please. And this is the opposite side of Travis, looking the other way, looking east. This one, there's hardly anybody parking on this street. I don't know why, but this is Safari right here on the far end, this street here. I didn't see anybody park, I went through several times. So really and truly, if we put a no parking there, you probably display 3 or 4 vehicles that normally park there, will probably park here. Again, the street is so narrow, it connects to Saunders, I believe we should consider the no parking. We're trying to work with one side only, but it's a very narrow street, so now we're starting to get the concerns.
And if you were to do it one way, it would have to be a one-way coming in. Because then the people can go to Saunders through Arkansas or through the other street, where there's a traffic light on that other street.
Yeah,
going into
what happens
HEB.
is, yes, if you do one way in, then you're pushing all the traffic probably to the traffic light, which is a very
Which is
narrow
where they
street
are
already,
going.
very narrow street already, and
So the one-way has to be coming from Saunders in.
You,
Going south.
It would have to go south.
you have the restaurant, which does get packed,
yes.
and if you exit on, there's no light. So the right thing to do is to make it come in.
Well, again, the
Going
request was
south.
to look at both, a one-way or no parking. The only reason and we did get concerns about Safari, about putting a no parking a long time ago.
3, 4, 5 vehicles.
Yeah, no, that area gets packed, because, I mean, I go eat there.
They
so-
have the Bengal
And I-
rancheros for $2.99.
So I know that both, the 4-way gets packed. Now, if you're gonna look at that, you should also look at the light coming out from HEB,
Yeah.
because that right
There is no
there,
parking here.
but
And it's a narrow street, but it's a no parking.
It's
So
bad.
what I wanna do is be able to accommodate the 2 cars, to be able to get in and out of the neighborhood. This would be the same thing, you can get 2 cars narrow both directions with no parking, make it a 2-way, the
Those
same thing
streets ever get
here.
approved?
And they're narrow, but you can get 2-way traffic through there. By doing that, we'll be able to maintain the 2-way traffic. Otherwise, if you make it a way, for example, some of the traffic may start using this
Yeah.
one, basically impacting this already narrow street. I still see some of the trucks from this business, I think it's
it's a daycare thing.
yeah,
It's
so
all
I see
daycare.
cars sometimes parking here, blocking, and you still have to go around there, even though we have no parking at least on that side. So Basically, I wanna
Cause there's no
use,
parking.
Yeah, but-
Where else, where do you send them?
no, they, no, sometimes they park here and I don't know, they park on the street. But the reason we have that is because when you're approaching the city, it becomes more of a problem here. So basically, we just wanna keep the the same designation of the road, two-way street, just keep the no parking. I tell you, when we did this one way, it probably, I mean, the no parking and this side, I know the owner there had a concern, he needed parking, I said, but, you know, we're getting concerns and you're too close to Saunders, so I can understand them concerned about, well, where am I? Then again, they should have their own parking, right? But they do have this area here, they can park here, they can park here, they can park here, you know. I don't think that everything's packed unless, you know, something, I really haven't seen all this area full. I see a car, two here, you got a whole block where you can, people can just park right here, walk an extra quarter of a block. Anyway, that was our recommendation, instead of my recommendation was to go with no parking. However, you know, that's why we have it here with the committee, so we gotta take it back to council, decide which direction we wanna go.
I'd rather see, my opinion, but it's, which one is it? The top one? Just have one way coming down here. And that way, anybody traveling down here won't go up, where are they gonna go? This is all blocked. So, they have to come over here to Arkansas and then go that way or any which way.
Or go to the line.
Yeah, so if they come here, they have to turn that way. This
Yeah.
street is wide enough where if they wanted to turn that way, well, they can come in this street and go that
The
way.
only reason for that is, again, when you're driving through the area, you suddenly see a one-way in the middle of the area, you're gonna sometimes tend to.
Two signs
not-
that say do
yeah.
not enter here,
People may just.
you know, I mean, do not enter here.
Yeah.
And people can come here and go, and then this business, they can all park on one side and you'll be okay.
Again,
My
that is.
opinion.
Like I said, that was what I would recommend, I just don't like, even in schools where we have the one-ways,
Mhm.
people tend to just disregard unless when there's a school, otherwise they disregard it right before, right after. You know, it's a street, it's kinda hard for you to be driving through an area. As a matter of fact, perfect example, we had an issue in San Agustin, is that one of those that we had to convert back? What happened? There's some streets that we had on one, we had to convert back to two-way because people would just, la noche, why am I
That's the
gonna go
one
one-way?
going into San Agustin on
Yeah,
that.
why am I gonna go through this street, nobody here, why am I going one way, so why, you know, street, so that's why I I recommend, I prefer having it. However, again, that would be our recommendation. If we make it a one-way, we may get some complaints from these people, now you're restricting me to have access, the only
for
way you can
sure.
go
Yeah.
around.
For sure,
You know, and so-
restaurants gonna complain.
For
because-
example, if I normally come down here, when I go here, normally I go here and I go in, if you're gonna make it one way, now you're making me go around,
All the
the
way.
whole block. So we may get other issues, so, you know, now you're increasing your trip length, you know, so.
Where is Ravi?
Right there at the
Right
corner.
behind Safari.
Right behind
Oh, right behind
Safari.
Safari.
And then the third, they already, you can't exit back onto Saunders. You can drive in, you can't drive out.
Ah.
So now you're saying they're gonna have to take all the way
I
around.
would wait for this traffic,
Yeah.
for the light, wait for the light to go
And
green,
then
go
over
around,
here,
get
you
here, I
have,
mean,
you
those
have
are
the
the
pawn
issues.
shop, but then you have, you know, potential, if they ever rent that place, I mean, you're gonna have additional,
It's all rented out.
is it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think it's.
So that would be my concern, because you do restrict some of the access to
Yeah.
this business as well, so,
I
you
say
know.
just by placing, and personally, I think just by placing it, no parking
But
on
again,
both
it's,
sides.
the staff recommendation
And,
is to,
you know,
no
and
parking.
enforce it.
I haven't had any issues. I go there and eat there all the time. Yeah. It's a little tight, but, you know.
But you park on the street?
I park on, well, usually I find space in there. I usually find space in there, but if not, I'll either park here or I'll park right in here. I mean, I don't have any problems
Yeah, I think
going.
No parking.
I say no parking.
Do we need to make a motion, Mr.
Yes.
Chairman, on this?
That we recommend.
Our staff recommendation is to do no parking, and I mean, you can have the different
Yeah, they
recommendations.
los debe
Mr.
tritar.
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to follow the recommendation by City of Laredo to to add no parking signs on both sides of the street on 3700 block of Texas.
We already have, sir, we
There's
already
a-
have one side, it's only on the.
I'm sorry, yes.
Yes,
On the west side.
Is there a second?
I second that.
There is a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, same sign. Motion carries.
Done.
by the way, I'm telling you, they have the best little rancheros for $2.99.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
That's right.
I'll go tomorrow.
And they serve liver if that's what you like. Liver and eggs.
Bueno, pues.
All right, we've come to the end. There being no other item on our agenda and no communication, then we are adjourned. We need a motion to adjourn.
Okay, so, do it.
Robert Rules of Order says, you know, when you come to the end of the agenda, it's the end of the agenda.